Welcome back to the Schmozone podcast. This is episode number 84. I'm Dave Schmulenson, a.k.a. the Schmo. My co-host is...
Helen Yee with Helen Yee Sports.
She didn't slide in this one.
Not this time.
Not this time. Our guest today, he is a very, very exciting fighter. We loved your debut. He's Terrance McKinney, lightweight,
Twrecks.
UFC.
T-Rex. You guys know it's T-Rex in the building. It's a pleasure to be on the show, and I want to thank you guys, and let's get it.
Appreciate you coming on. It's fight week, man. After your debut, 7-second knockout, the fastest knockout in UFC Lightweight history, and I think it ties the fastest knockout in UFC history with Todd Duffy. I don't know how the decimals and the seconds play out, but quite a statement.
Yeah, it was crazy. It never gets old watching, I'll tell you that.
And not only that, but you took that fight on short notice, right? I believe 8 days notice.
7-day notice.
7-day notice. Incredible.
Yeah, I got the call. I had to hop on the plane literally the next day. Wow. I forgot my mouth guard, a cup, gloves to hit the mitts with. It was all bad, but it was all worth it.
Of course. You get the victory, you get the highlight, and it puts it all into perspective. But after you got the victory, you went and climbed the cage. I was holding my breath when you went down, when you had to stretch out your knee.
We were there.
I thought you tore your ACL, tore your MCL, meniscus, whatever.
We got so nervous.
I thought you were going to be out for a long period of time. I'm being real with you, but you're not, and I'm happy about that.
I didn't know myself, but I was like, I don't want to ruin this debut. I just need to stretch it. That's all I could think in my head.
So, when you were going up to climb the cage, because obviously, maybe your knee hit the cage and that's where it felt, were you going to do a backflip? What was going through your mind in that moment?
Well, I wasn't even focused on the landing. I didn't know what I was thinking. I tell you, I thought I was about to fly. As soon as I hit the cage, I'm going to heaven. This can't be real.
Do you think you would have jumped out of the octagon?
Yeah, I should have just did that. I don't know. I was just overwhelmed with emotion. And then I did a 360 spin instead of landing straight down. Spent around in a circle, and I jacked up my leg pretty bad. I actually watched it in slow motion. I see what happened. When I land, you know how Conor McGregor leg bent? My leg kind of bent like that.
Except it didn't snap.
Except it didn't snap.
Wow.
So what was that recovery like right after?
I was training 3 weeks, but I couldn't flex my calf for over a month. Yeah, wow. It was weird.
You can have this mic travel with you too, by the way.
I thought I was gonna have to have surgery on my calf because I couldn't flex it. I was tripping out.
Well, yeah, I thought it was like a Johnny Walker 2.0. Remember when he got the victory? He did the worm, he blew out his shoulder. Yeah. That's what I thought. That was my initial reaction and instinct. But
that's what everyone was thinking. I was crying, laughing.
But we're glad that didn't happen.
Yeah. And then this weekend, Ferris Ziam.
I like Ferris. I like both you guys. Yeah. It's both you guys, humble beginnings, very, very great people to be around. That's what makes our job so much fun, too, is working with people like you guys. But obviously, someone has to lose.
Yeah, it's the name of the game.
Both of you guys are killers. You got that wrestling background, and your story is incredible. I know Helen and I are going to dive deep into that. We just watched with that piece that UFC put out with you, too. You got that wrestling background. I think he's got that kickboxing background. But obviously, I think your last 7 victories have all been in the first round, and you like to put people's lights out. So it's going to be an exciting matchup.
Yeah, I'm excited about this.
I heard that you're saying, after this, you're expecting to move up pretty fast in the lightweight division, right? And we all know the lightweight division's a really hot division right now.
Yeah, well, after this victory, if we get another knockout in the first round, they're going to have to give me the respect I deserve. And I'm trying to get a ranked opponent in December. We're going to be right back at it if we get the first round knockout.
Next month? Yeah. 269 maybe?
Yes, we're trying to get on that. We're trying to do it big, I want to show people I'm the Rookie of the Year, and I'm not playing.
Why do you want to move so fast? Because you hear all these people that are coming into the UFC now trying to take it slow. They're waiting to get onto not a rookie deal, get a second contract. They want to fight the top 15 fighters, the ranked opponents. when they're getting paid higher and stuff like that. You don't care. You just want to make a name for yourself.
Yeah, that's what I'm here to do. Fighters fight, you know. No matter what, this money already making a difference in my life, even if it was 10K, you know. Like just that little bit amount can change, make a difference for me. So I refuse to take it for granted. And I know they don't got that kind of hunger. They never been to the lowest of lows, and that's why I know I'm going to eat them alive this week.
Your story is so incredible, so inspirational. And like we said, before this, we watched it on the UFC. They did such a great job. And I almost started crying. I didn't want David to see me like tear up, but I just think what you've been through and what you've had to overcome to be where you are now. And even like on Twitter, on Instagram, you're always so positive and very, uplifting to a lot of people.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I cried like a couple days ago just looking like how the UFC's promoting me, and just like, it's just what I dreamed of, and then like God's making it true, I was just thanking him like, this is something of like a miracle. I just know it's my time, and that's why I'm gonna give God the glory, and you guys seen it. The stuff I'm doing is just like, people ain't seen it before. Like I fought 4 times, less than 2 minutes of cage time. Some Mike Tyson shit, straight up.
Damn right. UFC Connected was that piece that we were looking at, which I thought was such a fantastic job that they did putting that together. It was 7 minutes, and it was very impactful.
Yeah, it hit your heart. I cried, man. I was like, damn, Jay. Like, it just all doesn't even seem real still to this day.
Yeah, everyone go to YouTube and check that piece out if you haven't already. So 2015, you were arrested, you were high on drugs, you died twice, and you came back. You're like a cat, and came back stronger.
Yeah.
That's damn. I like the way you've changed your life around, how you've been able to turn things around. That's incredibly impressive, because you made your pro debut 2 years later in 2017, and you've kind of just been on this upward trajectory to get into the UFC. You obviously fought on Contender Series. It didn't go your way then, but obviously the way things move in the day and age we live in with the pandemic and everything, you get your opportunity, you kept winning fights, and you get your name called, and you delivered.
Like I said, we're going to keep it going, I'm just going to stay humble and stay grateful, because anytime this could be taken away, like, there's people break their legs, injuries left and right, So, like, I'm doing this not only for myself, but for my family, for all you guys that are supporting me, I'm just doing it for God as well, because show people that he's real. And when people see the performance that I bring these next few years, they're going to know that God is real.
And this weekend's card's even more special because someone you know very well, Michael Chiesa, he's also fighting there. And he coached you a bit in high school, right?
Yeah, he coached me. He helped out with our wrestling team at Shadowwood Park High School. And I always looked up to him when he won the Ultimate Fighter show. It brought me to tears, Just for him to do that for his dad, it's crazy, man. Like, and I just wanted to have that feeling, because I always made mistakes. I made my mom disappointed, and like when she tells me that hit the hardest. Like, all kids know when your parents say to disappoint you, I'd rather get a whooping, And all those moments I took to heart, and I said I'm gonna make her proud, and just to make mom proud now is just incredible.
So you have the wrestling base. That's what you went to high school, you went to college, wrestling. I mean, that's the Olympic dream. I know all of that, and then you've turned that into mixed martial arts where you're at right now. When you look at 155-pound weight division, you look at where things are turning, you look at everyone's talking about someone like Islam Makhachev and that Dagestan grappling, that wrestling and stuff like that. And if you look at who's at the top, the Justin Gaethjes, the Dustin Poiriers, the champ Beneil Dariush, the champ Charles Oliveira, like when you look at your skill set and where you're going, what do you think it's going to take to get to that level and to see your dream come to fruition?
It's just going to be training like every fight's for the belt, and that's what I know I'm doing different than everyone else. They're training for the opponent. Every day is a training for me. I've been training for this belt forever. Like, this has been my dream since I started fighting. Like, every day is my camp. I'm training for the belt. Like, I'm training for financial growth, generational wealth. That's what I'm training for. I'm training to pay my mom's house off because she sacrificed so much for me. She could have easily gave up. She was in a gang. She almost died. So, like, that's my ride or die. So I refuse to. I'm going to ride it till the wheels fall off, straight up, for all you guys.
And your mom's from Chicago, right?
Yeah.
So you were born there?
Yeah.
And that's where she was a part of the gang in Chicago?
Mm-hmm.
South Side?
Yeah.
People don't realize how dangerous the South Side of Chicago. It's probably the most dangerous place in this country and one of the most dangerous places in the world.
Yeah. Like my mom got stabbed in the neck, severed her artery, almost died. And for disrespecting the game, they beat her hand 3 times with a bat. And she had to learn how to write with her other hand. So like, and for her to go into the Army, change her life around, get away from the gang, and now live in like a nice home, like that just shows anything is possible. And I seen what God done in my mom's life, so I know that He's real. So, and you guys gonna see that He's real. Like I said, this is the perfect weight class to do it at. When people see all these savages here and the way I'm gonna do it, they're gonna know God's real. Like I told you before.
You fought at featherweight before as well. What was that transition like to now fight at lightweight, where you feel like this is your new home?
This is better for me because I don't have to cut as much. Like, right when I start going 45, I start getting injured. I never got hurt before, so I knew it was the cutting weight. And I was just in my head, I was like, these guys too big, whatever. Then I just stopped caring. I was like, these guys aren't that big. I seen them in person. I was like, all right, I can fight 55. I just need to work out and get stronger, and I can easily do it. And that's what we did. We went up. And I think it was the best decision I ever made.
And when did you realize, because I believe all your wins are by finish, right?
Yeah.
Like you've never gone the distance.
I got 100% finish rate.
Yeah, which is incredible. So like what David said too, you come from a wrestling background. When did you realize like, damn, like I could freaking finish people and I'm finishing
hands.
everybody? Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I looked up to Mike Chiesa. He was the main reason I wanted to fight, but I also want to make my mom proud. That's why I wrestled in college, but my main goal was to fight because Mike, and I just saw what he could do, and he wasn't no state champ. He wasn't no crazy guy special in high school. It just takes hard work. And I was like, I'm already talented, so just imagine if I worked hard, what I can accomplish in this sport. And that's just what I put in my head, and I ran with it.
And even in his come up too with the Ultimate Fighter, he was doubted. I remember that series too, and he had to face the adversity
Exactly.
with his family, and he overcame that.
Exactly.
Ended up winning.
That's why he's such a leader to me, man, because he faced just as dark moments as I did, and still went to win the show. Still been top 10 in 2 weight classes, you know.
So since high school and meeting him and having him coach you, what was that relationship with him like? Like, were you talking to him regularly? And especially now this weekend, and I saw you tweet and it went pretty viral, about him. So what was that whole dynamic and relationship with him like?
He was just like a big brother to me, you know, someone that I could look up to. He always held me accountable, and I appreciate him for that. And it made me, it's like every time your parents tell you something, you make a mistake, and then you realize, like, oh, my mom was right. It was the same thing with him. Like, oh, my big brother was right. You know, and I appreciate every moment with them because it made me the man I am today.
Go back to something that you were just saying, and I know it's a tough subject too, but you're talking about your mother. I knew you faced a lot of adversity, and obviously I knew your mother did too, but I didn't realize that she had her kind of brink of death moment that you kind of had as well.
Yeah.
How the hell did she survive what you just explained a couple minutes ago?
It was God, like I told you. Like, that's how I know God's real. She was supposed to die that night, and she said that was the first time she really actually prayed to God, called out, and she survived, and later on she had me.
And she's fully 100% behind you and invested in your MMA path and in your vision with everything you're going to accomplish.
I remember at first she was like, I don't know, Terrance. And then like I fought this super yoke dude, and she's like, all right, you might be able to do this shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. We're all laughing. I said, I told you. I just need to train. Cause my first amateur fights, I didn't really train at all. Yeah, I did like 3 amateur fights, then went pro.
But obviously you're training now, it's completely night and day different. It's like a full-time dedication.
Yeah, like I wasn't finishing people like in my amateur fights because I didn't train, but I was trying to fight as the toughest guys. Like my second fight, I fought a guy like 9-0 as amateur. So I was like, I got to see if I really do it. I can't just say I'm a savage. And I always thought I was just a natural-born savage, and I proved it there. I went the distance with him, even though I lost the fight. I was like, all right, I can do this if I take it seriously. No telling where I would go.
Will your mom be here this weekend as well? Because I know she was there for you.
Yeah.
What did she say too when you like jumped off the cage and?
He said, boy, I was praying. I was like, nah, this knee, that's the same leg he broke. My mom be panic. She has PTSD, so she be having like, she get anxiety quick when things happen like that. So like, I was just grateful I got the fight done. So my mom's heart rate could be low, she could be relaxed. So she was happy.
So is she coming this weekend?
No.
Okay, she'll watch from the TV.
Yeah, she's watching from the TV because all the tickets were sold out.
At the Apex?
Yeah.
It's gonna be different.
It's gonna be, this one's gonna be different.
Kind of just like Contender Series
Yeah,
in a way. I mean,
but a little bit more people.
yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool.
When you look at MMA fighters and stuff like that, is there anyone that you emulate or that you kind of, because you've watched this sport grow and evolve as you've come up as well, is there anyone that you look at and you kind of aspire to kind of fight like or be on that type of stage outside of Chiesa, obviously?
I would say I watch Peter Yan, Israel Adesanya. I like Corey Sandhagen too. And then I also will be watching boxers as well to learn technique, like Canelo, Terrence Crawford. I like Gervonta Davis because we're both explosive, so I like to take things from them. I'm really like Kakashi, like the copycat ninja. Like if I see something, I can do it, and that's what makes me dangerous. Like I'm very adaptive. Like a lot of you guys don't get to see that because I'm like smoking these guys in the first round. It's because like I'm thinking right away. I'm seeing how they're moving, and I can tell like they're trained a certain way. Like you can't take something that's in your DNA. Like he's already trained to slip. I already know first Ziam's gonna do exactly what he's taught. He can't change up. He's been doing it his whole life. So, and then we're gonna make that his downfall.
You mentioned Terrence Crawford. He's also fighting this weekend.
Yeah.
Sean Porter.
Yeah, we're trying to get into the show after the fight.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Talk to my buddy about it because he knows Terrence Crawford. So.
I mean, the big argument that I was listening to before the Canelo-Caleb Plant fight, who's the best pound-for-pound boxer in the world? Is it Terrence Crawford or is it Canelo? And obviously with the way Canelo performed against Caleb Plant, a lot of people solidified, oh, yeah, no, Canelo's the best and everything. Do you still see Canelo's the best pound-for-pound boxer in the world, or do you think Terrence Crawford?
I think Terrence Crawford's better. It's just Canelo's just a harder puncher, and he carries that power throughout all 12 rounds. So, like, he's not the best boxer, but he's definitely the most dangerous boxer out there.
Do you think Terrence Crawford, or do you think we'll ever see the day where Terrence Crawford fights Errol Spence?
That's the fight we all need.
I know.
That's for real.
We need it.
But that's why I'm so excited for this fight.
We need a lot of fights in boxing to go down.
Of course.
I agree.
But I'm so excited for this fight because Sean Porter is that PBC boxer, and it opens up the door to floodgates so that we could see that fight if he gets past Sean Porter.
Yeah.
And who brought Errol Spence Jr. a very, very great fight.
Yeah.
We were at that fight, and that was a fantastic boxing match, too. No, that was definitely something that
They went to war.
Yeah.
I saw as well. So, but I think for you, a lot of the fighters, and Ferris could see this too, it's like, okay, we see what this guy does in the first round. What's going to happen when we take him to the second round or third water, the deep waters and stuff like that? You know, obviously you have the wrestling background, so that shouldn't be a problem for you, or is it? I mean, do you think about second or third round, or you think about starching these guys in the first round every single time you're out there?
I do want to do it in the first round, but like I said, I told you guys we're training for the belt, and we know that time's going to come where we might have to fight 25 minutes, and we're going to be ready for that. Like, a lot of people don't know, but I got 1/3 round finish, heel hook knee bar, so you don't want to go 3 rounds because we'll definitely figure out and we'll get the finish for sure.
No matter what round.
Yeah.
So when you say you're training for the belt, who do you think will have the belt 1 year from now?
I think it'll be Islam.
You do. So you think that Dagestan wrestling is going to hold supreme.
Yeah.
So what is the recipe to beat that?
You got to wrestle T-Rex. I'm telling you, like, he's not going to take me down like that.
So be able to keep that distance and defend that takedown.
Exactly.
And you think you'd be able to keep that fight standing.
Yeah.
He's been knocked out before.
Exactly. That's why I know I'll beat him. And people do got a chance to beat him, but, like, I haven't seen anyone that like really transitional wrestling at the 155 division like that. It's always just like one explosive shot. They got it kind of wrestling, but never transitionals like the Russian wrestlers be doing. Like going from like a double to a single leg. I never see anyone switching like that. It's always just the other wrestlers like Gaethje. I never see them take shots. So
and they're persistent too.
They're because they get caught up in the knockouts, and that's what I'm trying to be careful of. Because you gotta make sure you keep your wrestling, because those are the guys that are having 1 losses. So those are guys you got to worry about. So wrestling, it has to be in the training at all times for me, and that's why I tell you guys I'm training for the belt, because we're gonna be ready for it all.
What about training for that opportunity to get in the game, the EA Sports game too?
Yeah,
being a character in that.
And I need to see myself in character as that. I'll cry again. I'm an emotional guy. I'll tell you guys, I'm soft. But at the same time, like, you know, I can't wait for that. That's going to be
I'm
dream
sure
come
that'll
true.
happen.
That's going to be pretty sick.
I think marketability is such a key important factor for fighters these days, and I think you see that with the UFC. But what's good about you is your marketability is all through authenticity. It's all through your come up. It's all through your kind of story. It seems like every single day just is a blessing for you to be here and you to live out your dream actively. And you're definitely very confident. And it's like, you know, it's a situation where how do you outperform your debut performance? It was nearly perfect. It was the most perfect UFC debut you can get. So it's like, you know, how do you continue that momentum and that success and build on that?
Yeah, as a wrestler, we know not to get in the hype, you know, because one second you pin Norma Do Nation and then you could be in the match where you're winning by decision. And my job is not to come out there and be crazy. My job at the end of the day is to win. I don't want half my check. I need the whole thing. So at the end of the day, I'm going to do what I do best, and that's win. Like the song says, fuck everything else, win, 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 win. That's all I got to do. And then all the blessings will come. I just got to work hard to get the win. It don't matter how it is. At the end of the day, like, these people ain't giving me money. They ain't feeding me. They're not paying my rent. So at the end of the day, I got to worry about getting the whole win, not a loss. And as I win, the more opportunities I have, and I know that. So I'm not just going to be searching, going crazy for knockout. We're going to be a complete mixture of martial arts, and the finish will come. You know? Just don't get caught up in hype. I just know that from wrestling, because you can be at the top of the world and then it can change. Like, it's the fight game, anything can happen. So I'm not even going to be thinking about that. I'm going to be thinking about being smart, calculated, and I know the finish is going to come.
And it has come, literally, every win that you've had.
Yeah.
It's what's amazing too about your profession too. It's, as you know this, you're only as good as your next fight, and like that's how the fans remember you, is just by your performance too. And you're independent contractor, so it's like you have to win.
Exactly.
You have to win to keep your job.
Exactly.
You know, there's people.
It don't matter how it is, like dissension, whatever. That's all. I don't care what it is. I'm gonna get the win.
If you're like on a 3-fight losing streak in the UFC, you're worried about your job.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you can be cut.
Exactly.
You're not. I mean, it's the highest level.
Like I tell them, nothing is promised.
Well, has the experience being in the UFC been what you expected?
Oh yeah, it's a dream come true.
Yeah,
You know?
I saw you signing the posters today.
Yeah.
And I saw the placement of where you were putting the signature.
I'm a smart man.
Knows how to market.
I knew the fans would like that. They crack up laughing. Everyone's laughing. Then my DMs are like, yeah, it's perfect. We're always thinking.
I mean, that's very good with the hand placement, of course. Of course.
Very good to hand place. You know that. Accurate.
It has to be.
So during a fight week, what is a fight week like? Like, how do you kind of wind down or not really focus too much on the fight? Like, some fighters I know, they love video games. Like, how do you kind of balance?
I just do whatever, hang out with my boys. I don't even really think about the fight till the night of. Like, all these guys be all in their head, thinking about the fight 1,000 times. And then when they're in a fight and they see it ain't going their way, it trips them out. That's where they're messing up there. Like, you're going to have to fight either way. Just see where it goes. Like, it ain't going to be exactly as you think no matter what. So don't even think about it. Just go out there and let your instincts work. Let your brain calculate and see everything, you know?
And earlier, when you brought up Justin Gaethje, do you think that was the round of the year or the fight of the year, Justin Gaethje, Michael Chandler?
At first I did until I seen Max Holloway and Yair go at it. That fight
was incredible.
Crazy. Max Holloway is the most durable human being I've ever seen. Like, he was just hopping on the dust, got kicked viciously. I ain't doing that if you kick me like that. Goddamn.
And he has the most ultimate poker face too, because you know those leg kicks.
I know that hurt. I know that hurt.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
and he kept staying in that stance for the most part. I was like, damn, he crazy as hell.
Oh, he just kept going for it. I think he landed 3 takedowns, and that's the most he's landed in a UFC fight. So you had to know it hurt him because he was shooting.
Yeah.
He's just got a great poker face.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got a damn
he knew what he had to do.
Yeah, but okay, so those two are great fights, but I think everyone's still forgetting and sleeping on. I thought Volkanovski Ortega was such an excellent fight too.
Fight. Yeah, we were there.
We're getting a great year, and
I know.
I can't wait to keep it going for you guys.
And it's
entertainment.
Entertainment. But the thing too, and why the Holloway Yair Rodriguez fight too, over a Gaethje Chandler, which was fantastic too, is there's more rounds. There's 5 rounds as opposed to 3. Yeah. And also, too, I mean, you did see that, too. Chandler did slam him and Gaethje reversed the position for wrestling, too. But I thought you saw a complete mixed martial arts fight and Ortega-Volkanovski, like, just being able to survive the chokes. Volkanovski, just the scrambles that they had, too. And obviously, it was very, very entertaining standing. I thought that fight had a variety, too. It's tough. There's so many great fights.
Many great fights, too. Yeah, it's been a fun year, like I said.
And now, if you're in Max Holloway's position, even Volkanovski's position, it's like, do they fight a third time or?
They gotta fight a third time. And it's just 1-1. And I think Max is the real champion right now. Nice. I hate to say it.
I think you can argue he won one of those fights, but heck, it's still 2-0. I mean, he's got his number.
They're gonna find out third fight.
They should. I think that needs to be a third fight, and just like how Amanda Nunes and Valentina Shevchenko,
that has to go down.
That needs.
We need that same card.
Yes.
Yes.
Why not?
Why not?
Absolutely.
The trilogy card.
It needs to happen.
Yeah.
The only way that the Volkanovski fight doesn't happen with Holloway, I have to stick up for him. So the Schmo has a show with Triple C Henry Cejudo. Yeah. He would come back to get C4. Actually, he would fight Volkanovski, or if Holloway was the champion, he'd wait for the winner of that and fight the winner, just for the opportunity to make history and get, 3 belts and an Olympic gold medal.
I like Henry. I think he's an incredible athlete. I think he can get it done.
Yeah, he just has to come back to the USADA.
Yeah, we need to come back.
He's got a baby.
He got a baby.
Baby America is due November 21st. So a couple days from now, she could.
That's crazy. I didn't know it was that soon.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Henry is a decisive guy.
Yeah, he is.
He got married within a year, and he's got a baby coming within a year.
Yeah.
His wife, Anna, a Brazilian goddess. She's a beautiful girl. We spent some time with them.
Very nice.
Good for him, man. But, he's 34 and he retired. That's,
He got a kid now. He definitely going to come back.
He will come back?
Yeah.
Because he's got the kid?
Yeah.
I think it's possible. I honestly, I'm not going to rule it out. I talked to him a bunch. I would not rule it out.
Yeah.
Well, you're pretty young, though, too. You're 27?
Yeah.
I want to know, I guess, for people that are listening, walk them through the life in the amateur circuit, or just even climbing up to get to the UFC, the different organizations, because I wouldn't compare it to anything like minor league baseball, or even if you're a basketball player and they have the NBA D League or G League, or whatever they call it these days, where, they have a specific process, because what's so amazing about this sport is your performance. Doesn't matter where the hell you are, what continent you're on, what little town you're fighting in. If it's in a backyard or whatnot, they'll find you, which is incredible, and it will change your life overnight. But, you had to put on great performance after great performance, and to get more shots to do this and to get your shot in the UFC. So walk our audience through that process.
Sweet. All right. My debut was in Seattle at Cageport. I'm kind of nervous. I kicked this dude in the nuts right away. I was like, I'm not too nervous anymore. But he was mad as hell, socked me in the face, like, ooh, all right. Then we got a little clinch thing. I took him down, hit him a couple times, and then choked him. And then I got fought the same guy because he thought it was a fluke, choked him again, faster this time. And then who did I fight at that? I fought this guy, Tyron Henderson, And then this was a good fight. I was kind of nervous. Dude was kind of yoked. I was like, oh, damn. And he had like hella knockouts. I don't got no knockouts. This dude knocked you out. Ain't he from Chicago like me? And then I got in the fight, and then I ended up armbarring him in the first round. And then my fourth fight, I fought this jiu-jitsu brown belt or black belt, whatever. And like, because I usually just wrestle and grapple people. So we got in the crazy grapple exchange because he was a black belt. We went to the third round, and that's why I got him with a heel hook knee bar. And, you know, I was like, all right, we're getting closer. We got these finishes. We're starting to talk to the UFC through my manager. And then I break my leg the next fight, rematching this guy, Tyrone Henderson. It was going good. I cracked him real quick, and I could tell he was rocked. He was like keeping his hand in his face. I could tell he's scared. And then I tried to do the same combination, kick him, and snap my leg, Anderson Silva style. And right away, I went to step on. I was like, whoa, this is not good. I was like, I knew I broke my leg. It felt like I got tased in my leg or something.
The bone snapped?
Yeah.
Like Chris Weidman and Anderson Silva.
Yeah. And then I went to step on it again because he ran at me, like trying to go crazy on me. And I take him down with a broken leg, snap the other side as I take him down. And then I get under his leg and like grab it above, pick it above my head. And I'm looking around, so I was like, I can't do anything. My leg's broke. Because the ref didn't peep it right away because I took him down. And I was like, my leg is broke. And yeah. And then I was like, I was never been so scared in my life because like, this was my dream. I was like, damn, so soon, only 4 fights in. But God helped me get through that, and I was fought 6 months later.
And that leg was the same one that your mom was worried about when you jumped off the... Wow.
6 months.
Yeah.
For a tibia?
Amphibia.
Amphibia.
Both of them. Yeah.
Wow.
And then I fought a scrub. And then I fought this guy, Bobby McIntyre, who knocked out Julian Rosa. And that's how I got on Contender Series. Because not only this guy was tough, everyone's like, what are you doing? Throwing him to the wolves. And I was like, me and my coaches, we knew we're about to get this guy. And I ended up submitting him in the first round, rear naked choke.
And then Contender Series, you fought a guy who might be the tallest guy I've ever seen in featherweight history.
Woodson.
Yeah.
He's like a tree stalk. We just saw him fight at UFC Vegas 42.
Yeah.
He looks like a character out of Street Fighter. Who's the guy with the stretchy arms and legs? He just moves, you know, like Kung Fu. He's you know,
no, it's a compliment.
What I'm talking about? No, oh, for sure.
Yeah.
His style is so freaking
he's clean.
confusing.
He's clean.
He's a great damn boxer.
And then
Sean Woodson.
Yeah. So that fight, I'm probably the only one to really dominate him like that. And then I got flying knee later on in the second period. But he did set it up. It wasn't luck. I hate when people say that. He set it up. He's a clean striker. And you guys are seeing that now. And congratulations to him on getting his win. And that's why I didn't get discouraged when I lost. I was like, and then I lost again after that. But a lot of people don't know I wasn't even supposed to fight any of those fights, the next 2 I took. It's like the next fight I took out to Sean Woodson is because I needed money. I fought, what's his name? Derek Minner. At Midwest Championships at the Contender Series.
Derek's in the UFC now too.
Yeah, and he got a win too, and 2 of them. He actually had 2-1, I believe. But yeah, I was fighting with a torn labrum and a fractured ball in my shoulder. Yeah, and I was still dominating that fight, so I knew I was right there. It was being private too. I thought I could still take him even though I was hurt. To be honest.
Are you 100% injury-free? This is a weird question.
That's what you guys see now. Is Terrance 100% injury-free, healthy, finding a good weight class that's not killing me. And you guys see the results of that.
Now,
but that's what, like I said, I didn't get discouraged because like they both were in the UFC and they both seeing success. Like I knew I was right there. I said, I just got to be healthy, you know. When I'm injured, I don't have to be the tough guy. I was like, I signed a contract. I'm not bailing out. I was just that kind of guy. And I was like, why don't I just save my body for the UFC? I don't need that guy. Like, they take care of the guys. These guys injured, they not fighting. And I was like, I just need to be smarter. And, you know, just growing up, just knowing, like, you're a fighter, but don't be an idiot. If you hurt, sit down. If they liked you already, they'll call you again. That's to all the fighters that are young and they're seeing the opportunity. It's still going to come. let your body heal if you're hurt. The opportunity, they still liked you. If they called you already, they're going to call you again.
Yeah, definitely. Now, you have one of the coolest nicknames, in my opinion, T-Rex. What's the origin of that?
I got T-Rex from high school because like when I started wrestling, I didn't really have the right wrestling stance. I was like a T-Rex, and I was wondering why I get taken down. They're like, you wonder why you get taken down all the time. You're not even protecting your legs. You look like a little T-Rex. And then I was like, all right. Then everyone just started calling me T-Rex later on. They were laughing because I'd be like, when I'm wrestling, wondering why I'm getting ate up, taken down. Because I was wrestling like a T-Rex. And then I finally learned how to wrestle, and I ended up winning 2 state titles.
That's what's up.
That's amazing.
I was trying to think of how you and we've been following each other on the gram for a while.
Yeah.
I don't even remember how it happened because I was
we
before.
We talked at the Contender series.
That's what it was.
Yeah. And you told me, I'll tell you, I was like, promise I'll be in the UFC. Told you a couple years ago.
That's exactly right.
And you were telling me you followed him when he had an older Instagram handle.
Yeah, I had a different handle.
It was T-Rex 45 or something like that, right? 145. That's why. That's why when you came back to the UFC and you're 155, I'm like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
You did say that.
Yeah.
I love people that are man of their word. Like, some people, it's like, they always say, oh, he just talks too much, whatever. You can talk however you want, as long as you back it up.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's like you can talk the talk as long as you walk the walk. There are so many people that live in this life that keep talking and talking and talking, but will never put in the work to back it up and walk the walk. I knew that day when you said that to me, like, that you were going to back it up 100%.
He supported me, said kind words like, dude, you're right there. You win the whole fight. I was like, you
were, man. It was.
And no one's been able to get him like that, hold him down or nothing.
He's awkward.
Yeah. That's why I show him. Like, that's why when I tell people I'm ready for the wrestling, I am.
Dude, you're at 145-pound weight class. I think he's like 6'3". That's just like he's
insane.
Like if you talked about my height difference,
I'll
with
take
you,
that. That's like a little cheat code. I'll take that.
That's crazy.
Because he's so hard to take down.
Of course,
his legs touch the ground at all times.
You have to uppercut or something. You have to really extend an uppercut to get to that chin.
Yeah.
And you have to punch up.
Yeah.
To get an eye.
Yeah.
To get a nose.
Everyone
to get
at
the temple.
145 ain't tall like that.
No.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah, because someone like Max Holloway's tall, but not that tall.
Yeah, not that tall.
No, Max Holloway's not 6 foot. He's like 5'11".
He's going to be a problem in the division for sure.
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, your division's stacked.
Yeah.
I mean, the 145, 155.
Yeah.
Like every division in the UFC. 135 is stacked.
135 and 155 and 170 is the crazy weight classes to me.
It's amazing too. And I think too, like I saw the UFC right now is just, they're exploding with popularity and obviously the new talent. I love where the sport's headed. I mean, we were having this conversation recently, and we have it more often than not lately. It's like, think about how this sport, 1993, like we were alive and we've watched and we're a part of a sport that's growing completely from the start. Imagine if you were around when like professional football, the NFL was starting out, basketball, baseball, the early 20th century. That is what we're in right now with mixed martial arts and the UFC just leading the way, kind of like, boom, this is how it's done.
Yeah, we're seeing crazier and crazier knockouts. People getting creative, like the sport's getting better and better.
It's every week there's amazing quality fights, and people may not recognize the names on these fight night cards, but it doesn't even make a difference because all these fights are so stylistically matched up in such a great way. There's so many damn great fights. And yet the UFC pay-per-views loaded with big names and people that might be more casual fans of the sport will hang on to. But even if you're a casual fan and you catch these Saturday afternoon or Saturday evening cards and you watch what plays out, like this is a good matchup with you and like stylistically.
Yeah, it's perfect.
You and Ferris.
Yeah, it's perfect. Second fight in the UFC. It was a no-brainer when they sent me the name. I'm like, yep.
Yeah, and he's beaten some good guys.
Like Jimmy Malarkey.
Yeah.
Dude, Jamie Malarkey's a dog.
He's a dog.
Dude, watch Jamie Malarkey fight Alexander Volkanovski.
Yeah.
And now they're teammates.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, he's a dog.
Yeah, he is.
I was going to say, as a fight fan,
But so was your for Matt was
Matt
a dog.
Fro's a dog.
Matt's
Yeah,
a dog.
he's-
Yeah,
He
all right,
he'll
sorry,
go with the top 15 in UFC.
Oh, he's a dog.
People gotta give him my respect.
I'm giving you respect. That's your first fight in the UFC?
World. They don't even know.
Yeah,
This
On
guy's
a
the real
week
deal.
notice, yeah.
yeah. He's a dog. They're all killers. But
Yeah.
these guys are really
Yeah.
good. Yeah. If you were not a professional fighter, like where was the path you think going to be? Was there ever a time you thought you'd be something else?
Because
Yeah, I would be a coach. Like, I really used to love wrestling. Also, I've been a peer counselor. Like, I would do that as well because I just love giving back to kids. Like, I really love kids, you know. And to be honest, that's like the real people I'm trying to target, you know, because kids be feeling a longer time. I used to feel that because, you know, my mom did love me, but she made a sacrifice, and I understand that now, so I love her for it. Back in the day, it wasn't easy. I didn't get to see my mom very much at all. I had to stay with my grandma in Linesville, Alabama, and, you know. But just growing up and just realizing that now, like, I just wish I knew that as a kid. I wish I had someone to tell me that so I had more understanding, you know. And I know that's all the kids need, just a little bit more understanding, a little bit deeper thought, you know. People think kids don't know stuff, but if you talk to them and just realize their brain's wide open, they're gonna figure out what you're talking about, and then it's gonna hit different for them.
I 100% back that. My only fear is with social media and technology in this day and age, like cyberbullying and just like, I feel like people are missing out. Kids might be missing out on authentic interactions too. And just like how the pandemic and everyone wearing masks to school and stuff, not being able to read facial expressions. Like, I'm worried about the communication skills that this next generation is going to get because I feel like the value of learning from my peers and interacting with them face to face meant a lot for how I grew up, you know?
Yeah, and it lets you develop or recognize things, you know. And that's the thing, like, being able to recognize when someone's hurting or sad, you know. And that's what we need, because there's people with good hearts out there will see that, and they're gonna say something to uplift them, and we need those kids to be able to see that. So the face masks need to go for sure. You're right about that.
Well, I don't know if I'm calling away from the face mask.
I don't like the face masks.
I
They're pointless. They're proven.
Yeah, dude. I've gotten to the point when it comes to this shit where anything that relates to politics, I just say, fuck it. I'm done talking about it. Because like I can only control what I can control.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm gonna live my life the way I want to live it. I'm never gonna be the type of person to tell people how to live their lives.
Yeah.
You need to protect yourself first, and you need to be proactive and not reactive to everything you do. So yeah, no, I was just making an observation that kids today are not getting the same social interaction.
Exactly, that too.
And a lot of them expect to be like really popular off social media or to try to do
Like,
whatever to get fans.
To be like, hey, I want to
up.
grow up and be an influencer or be a TikTok star.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I don't know what the F that means. I really don't. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, we gotta work with the younger generation.
Like the Island Boys songs, like really popular, right?
There's always a
ridiculous.
dude. So here's the thing I hate, and this is the media. This is just the culture, society we live in. But they just circulate things that are going to be popular for like a couple days, a couple weeks, and that's it. Remember the guy drinking the cranberry juice, the dog face guy.
Yeah.
Well, that was short lived.
Or Gangnam Style.
Oh,
Gundam
you're
style.
right. That's
Well,
true.
well,
Soldier Boy,
yeah, you know.
crank that.
Yeah,
What else?
yeah.
I mean, just but stuff like that. Island Boys is the most recent example that I can think of. There's something that goes viral that's temporary, and how is that? How do you pivot that into a career and take the next step? How is that a tangible long-term thing? How is that? I don't know. I have no idea what that means.
That's why it's best to have people that have the knowledge of marketing, and that's why I know, like, at the end of the day, I gotta hold myself, like, yeah, I want to do all these things myself. At the same time, I gotta give it to people who know this stuff. You know, there's people who went to school who actually know how to promote, know what time to post. You know, all that stuff's important. Just right when you get the hype, you gotta know how to ride it. You gotta come right away. You gotta use the energy, roll with it.
Well, you're active on social media.
Exactly.
Do you do all that yourself?
I do all my messaging.
Well, I just want to take a quick interjection here for the show. To let everyone know, this show is today sponsored by Sheath Underwear. It was just Veterans Day. Your mother, also a veteran, the person who created sheath underwear. One of the Robert Patton, he's an Iraq war veteran, and he created this on duty. He had this idea of separating the pouch. There is a pouch to separate the balls from the shaft. They have a women's line too. You wouldn't commit to being a large or a medium, but the packaging here, I mean, I'll just give you both.
Yeah, thank you.
Look like you can use some underwear.
Shout out to the veterans. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, sheathunderwear.com. Use the promo code Schmo, get 20% off, and they're comfortable. I wear them every day. I'm wearing them right now.
Yeah, the shirt's
The women's
all
line is
that.
comfortable
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
They know what's up. Helen's sporting her lovely Raiders jacket.
Excited for the game on Sunday.
Excited for the
Who
game.
they playing?
Bengals.
Okay.
I mean, they're both
we
over,
can win that.
yeah, they're both
We win.
over 500.
Yeah, we can win.
Are you Raiders fan?
No,
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Are you a
guys
Bears
can win
fan
that.
because you're born in Chicago?
Nah,
So you're just a Seahawks fan?
No,
Who?
not a fan.
Eagles.
How?
Yeah.
This Michael Vick was my guy growing up.
So was
name
mine,
one of-
but he's Atlanta to me. Sort
yeah,
of.
I know, sort of. Yeah, but we know where he made his name that.
So actually,
And it made me want to play football, but I was so little, they effed me up. I flew like 50 feet in the air, it felt like, landed on my tailbone. I wanted to quit right there. I was like, these guys are built different. I'm 99 pounds. What am I doing?
yeah, I had a coming to age moment to playing
Yeah.
football too and put it on the fads. But actually, I have a great Michael Vick story.
Yeah.
I've partied with Michael Vick.
Uh-huh.
Headshots.
Hell
Actually,
yeah.
not the Schmo, me.
Yeah.
It was the days before the Schmo, like a year or two before the Schmo. I saw him at maybe it was right around the start of the Schmo, but I was not the Schmo, I think. It was in Atlanta. It was the Super Bowl where I stayed at a hotel right next to the airport. He stayed there too. It's probably like a Holiday Inn. He was at the same hotel. I went to the bar with my buddy who was staying with me. I was covering the Super Bowl. I was hustling. Maybe I was the Schmo, but I wasn't the Schmo with him. Met him, told him the human highlight reel, loved playing with him in Madden. And obviously, I learned about the situation with the dog fighting and stuff. Like, I love dogs, but I heard his side of the story. I mean, you can always forgive someone. You can always forgive and never forget, but you can forgive someone. Of course, forgive him. The guy's the man. He's so nice, so genuine. Shout out to Michael Vick. Great dude. At least to me.
Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah.
you've partied with a lot of people. You said like Nate Diaz,
he's
in
that guy.
Phoenix?
He's that guy.
Nate
You
Diaz
partied
in
with
Phoenix.
him?
Well, I'm just the type of guy that's in the right place at the right time.
Exactly.
Right place, right time.
Smart man.
Right place, right time. Yeah. But dude, we really appreciate you coming on the Schmozone in your fight week for your second
Yeah,
professional
and
UFC fight.
Not being able to drink water until after
You're
you
timing
train.
yourself for.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry.
So after you train,
Yeah.
you're nuts. Dude, just take a couple sips. You talked a lot.
That's all right. We tough mentally. Like, this ain't nothing
We
new.
appreciate it.
I used
appreciate you.
Back in the day when I was younger, we used to, my grandma had 12 kids, so there was like 11 kids there. So there's sometimes we didn't get to eat, so it ain't nothing new.
Well, to be honest with you, I did not put two and two together that you were not going to drink and then train after this tonight. No wonder why you probably were a man of fewer words in the beginning until we pried it out of you to really talk.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to train hard so I can eat good. I eat good every night.
What are you going to eat tonight after you train?
We're going to get some good carbs in us and then some probably chicken or steak and then some veggies and fruit. I eat a full good meal every night.
Everybody's got
Except
their,
the last 2 nights, then it's over with.
everybody's got their recipe for
Yeah,
success.
got the recipe, but I only want to suffer 2 days instead of a whole week. That's my strategy.
Yeah, we hear you. Thanks for suffering with us in the Schmozone.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. The pleasure was all mine. I had fun.